fans, this is Tibay at Tatag, mas pinalakas ng Pilipinas sa 33rd Southeast Asian Games. Updates powered by Arena Plus Sportsbook and of course brought to you by Signal TV, official broadcaster of Thailand 2025. I'm Boom Gonzalez alongside my partner this afternoon. Sam Corrales is with me. Hey!
Awesome. Well, good afternoon, Boom, and good afternoon to everybody who's been following our coverage, mapa opening day man or just recently. Now, if you've been meaning to catch up with us, sagot namin kayo. So stick with us until the end of the 33rd Southeast Asian Games for all the updates and colorful stories that are bound to unfold.
Yeah, so many days left, so just stay with us. Speaking of stories, we're bringing you a few of those important updates and inspiring stories in just a while.
That's right, Boom. And later on, a couple of our correspondents in Thailand will be joining us to share more of the color, the emotions, and updates from the SEA Games.
My favorite part of the show, always talking to everybody in the thick of the action. We'll get to them in a bit. But first, as always, we get to open the show with a look at the latest medal tally. Let's see where the Philippines is at as of 11:30 a.m. Fresh na fresh. So, host nation Thailand not going anywhere. They're still at the top with 132 golds, 78 silvers, 42 bronzes, a total of 257. Number 2 is Indonesia with 43 golds, 56 silvers, and 53 bronzes for a total of 152 medals.
And at the third spot, we have Vietnam with 34 golds, 35 silvers, and 66 bronzes for a total of 135 medals. Singapore is fourth with 27 gold medals, 28 silvers, and 33 bronzes.
And Malaysia is at fifth with 20 golds. That's 23 silvers, 70 bronzes. The Philippines still nested at the sixth spot with 17 golds, 32 silvers, and 69 bronzes. Siyempre, may panahon pa, may mga araw pa para tumaas ang Philippines when the latest results come in. But for now, a special update on Team Philippines. We got the man himself, the Secretary General of the POC, Attorney Wharton Chan. Welcome to the show. Good morning, Attorney.
Good morning, Boom, and good morning, Sam.
Well,
Yeah, go ahead, please. Yes.
Attorney Wharton, it's so good to see you now over there in Thailand. If you remember, just a couple of weeks ago, you were here in this exact studio. You were filling us in on the preparations of Team Philippines. But Attorney, now that you are there with the athletes and all of the coaches, what is your assessment so far? How's it looking like for Team Philippines?
Well, my current assessment, we're kind of getting slow, but getting there. It's been 1 week in Thailand, but we're looking forward to having a boost of our gold medals very soon. We have more combat games. We have our recent win, no? Yung historic win natin last night with
Yeah.
football women's.
Yeah.
So we got it there. Our basketball is doing good. We have still our fencers, still have EJ Obiena. Marami pa. So abangan natin. Mga around, siguro, boost 10 golds soon.
Wow.
Okay, so Attorney, you mentioned the slow start. And in any sport naman, in any game, di ba, we always say it's the finishing kick that matters. But if I may, just from your POV, what has contributed to the slow start? Is it also because hindi pa nakakalaro yung mga ibang atleta, or were there some kind of disappointments along the way? And then, along with that, tell us also the highlights so far of week number 1 from your POV.
Well, I want to be optimistic, but especially we have to be realistic for our Filipino fans. So, kita natin, our judging, nakita natin it's kind of difficult, the current environment, kakaroon tayo ng problema with it, and some changes with the rules. Just immediate changes, yung sudden changes, nahirapan tayo doon. Our athletes are just adopting. But kita natin, we have Alex Eala, maglalaro soon. So, I'm really, really excited with the coming days for the Philippine contingent.
And sir, you mentioned Alex Eala, right? And Gilas Pilipinas, who's suiting up for Thailand. Are you seeing a Filipino community of fans over there in Bangkok? What's it like? Are there a lot of fans heading to the sports venues, Attorney?
Yes, there are a lot of Filipino fans out here in Bangkok, Thailand, supporting our Filipino sports contingent. Our skateboard did really, really great.
Yeah.
Wow.
We
Yeah.
have both men and women. Sila nag-carry ng gold for us. And even our swimmers, our aquatics. Kayla Sanchez is doing well with all her teammates. Lahat sila doing well. A lot of fans shouting. Iba yung atmosphere right now here in Bangkok with our Filipino fans.
Oo, sila Kayla and company, humahakot ng mga medalya. And I love the story of our skateboarders, especially those young ones. Really, the future is bright in that sport para sa Pilipinas. Attorney, just as a message to everyone watching right now with a week of competition to go, what would you tell all our Filipinos who are watching and listening?
Well, to all our kababayans, just keep praying, just keep, giving good vibes to everyone. Malapit naman na yung holidays. So, pagdasal po natin sila na mabigyan pa tayo ng maraming karangalan para sa Pilipinas. And we're all also excited na to go back to the Philippines carrying at least we made it to the number 4 spot. So, pagdasal po natin yung health nila and no one's gonna be injured. So, yun lang po. Maraming salamat sa mga kababayan natin at mabuhay po tayong lahat.
Maraming salamat, Attorney. Mabuhay din kayo. Mag-ingat kayo dyan and we'll talk to you real soon.
Thanks, Attorney.
Thank you very much, Team Philippines Secretary General Wharton Chan, for sharing your time and of course the updates on Team Philippines. Now, tama yung sinabi ni Attorney. Yan, even prior to going there to Thailand and even in the first few days, marami ng mga balibalita and mga nababasa na Sam, that there are challenges that we expected in terms of
Right.
like judging and all of that. Yun nga, even with Gilas, diba, the formation of the team, all these eligibility rules. These are all part of the challenges of Southeast Asian Games, especially if the host nation has all the power to shift all of these things.
That's right. But I guess like from an athlete's perspective, after hearing their stories, before going to the SEA Games, or those who already played or competed in the SEA Games, it gives them a lot of like room for growth.
Yeah.
Once they encounter all of these, challenges and new things. It makes them, more determined and driven to get it maybe next time, or
Yeah.
just, make them closer as a team because they're going through these changes together.
Right, and a lot of our athletes are so good in terms of putting it in perspective, in the sense that they don't care about the other things. They will try to control what they can control, and that is the performance. Now, in 1 week, as you saw from or heard from SecGen, a lot has happened already, but we're hoping that there's more to come, not only from Gilas Pilipinas, Alas Pilipinas, but also from other events such as shooting.
Now, this is very interesting. So, to give us the inside scoop on all of these disciplines, we've got our hardworking correspondent reporting live from Thailand, Miss Doreen Suaybagyo. Hey, Doreen, what's going on out there?
Hello, bro.
All right, Doreen, we're losing you a little bit.
Air pistol.
Okay, maybe we can find a
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes.
You're breaking up a little bit, but maybe we can find a little spot there where we can, just have a little stability with you and your sound. I think right now the signal is a little shaky, as Doreen is obviously, just like some of our correspondents who are trying to give us all of these stories. We're actually working at the same time. They're
That's
not in their
right.
hotel rooms. They're not, sometimes they are at the end of the night or end of the day. But in the case of, Julia, Doreen, and Denise and all of it, they are in transit. They are working, and we're trying to get them to talk to us as soon as we can and as often as you can. In the meantime, when we return, an update on Filipina tennis star Alex Eala and her quarterfinals match.
This is Tibay at Tatag, mas pinalakas na Pilipinas sa 33rd Southeast Asian Games. Updates powered by Arena Plus Sportsbook and brought to you by Signal TV, the official broadcaster of Thailand 2025.
tough shape heading into the 33rd Southeast Asian Games. She had to deal with a lot in her personal life, and this divided her attention during her preparations. She welcomed the move up to 63 kilograms as it eased the burden of cutting weight. Still, the skills of the two-time Olympic medalist and one-time world champion were still there. She landed the cleanest blows throughout the match, and although Huswatun Hasan of Indonesia managed to connect from time to time, she had no answer to Petecio's lead left. The Filipino supporters all thought that Petecio won the fight clearly, but they would be wildly disappointed as Hassana was given a split decision verdict with 4 judges scoring the final round for her, even as Petecio did most of the work in the final 3 minutes. Petecio was dejected but did not want to dwell on things that she could not control. She's already moving forward and mapping out a way to finally get the only podium that has eluded her throughout her illustrious career, and that is the Asian Games.
Kasi first time ko nga to. So, ito yung pinakamabigat na nilaro ko, and nandun pa din yung galaw ko. Ito pa, nandun yung bilis ko. And yun na nga, always ako respeto sa desisyon ng judges, and ito yung first na comeback ko after Paris. As in, pahinga ako almost more than 1 year. So, yun, mga isang buwan lang na training, pero ang ganda ng pinaginawa ko sa Surrey.
Reporting from Bangkok, Thailand, Carlo Pamintuan. Tibay at Tapang, mas pinalakas na Pilipinas sa 33rd South.
Our coverage of the 2025 Southeast Asian Games continues here on Tibay at Tatag. Mas pinalakas na Pilipinas sa 33rd Southeast Asian Games updates. Powered by Arena Plus Sportsbook. Brought to you by Signal TV, official broadcaster of Thailand 2025. I believe we have Doreen Soy Baguio back with us. Doreen, go ahead and take it away, please.
I'm sorry about that. Kakababa lang namin ng sasakyan para to make it to the pistol and rifle category of the shooting competition happening today in the shooting range. So nakahanap tayo ng spot right now to talk to you guys. And in particular, the 10-meter air pistol mixed team competition will be held today. Kakarating lang namin dito at panlaban nga natin dyan sina Francette Shane Quiroz and Michael Angelo Fernandez. Si Michael Fernandez, sumabak na siya kahapon according
All right. We might have...
Titignan natin today in the mixed team competition. We're hoping for the best. Am I audible?
Yeah, let's keep going, Doreen. Let's see. Yeah.
Right, so we're hoping for the same as well here as we head on to the pistol and rifle category of the shooting competition. In other categories of shooting, we also have bagged medals yesterday in the sporting clay team event composed of Richard Gomez, Carlo Baltonado, Joaquin Ancheta, and Eduardo Revilla, who were able to get silver. Pagdating naman sa practical shooting, we also got 4 gold medals already across multiple events. And so now we are trying, we are on the way there actually para maabutan natin sina Francette Quiroz and Michael Angelo Fernandez dahil sasabak nga sila sa 10-meter air pistol mixed team event.
All right, thank you very much, Doreen Soy Baguio. Ingat kayo, makikibalita kami sa inyo mamaya ulit, okay, for more on not just shooting, but the rest that's going to be happening today. There's a lot that's happening today. And again, you know, we have to put into perspective. Maraming salamat sa mga kasama natin dyan sa Thailand who are really working hard, trying to get reports, feed them to us here, and right as they're doing it.
And it's real-time updates, Boom. So it's great that our correspondents are there to, you know, paint the whole picture for us, how the athletes are preparing. Because of course, we just get updates. We see updates on the medal tally, you know, what they're bringing home. But with Doreen being there and all of our other correspondents, we get to know how they feel and, you know, everything that they're working hard on.
And hopefully we get to talk to more today.
Yes.
As so many things are happening, and we're hoping, as attorney said, that we can gain more momentum in this last week. Now, speaking of today, Alex Eala is set to finally make her 33rd Southeast Asian Games debut against Malaysia's Shihomi Leong. Now, Eala went straight to the quarterfinals after earning a bye in the first round for being the top seed in women's singles. Now, with an extra day of rest, the Rafael Nadal Academy product entered the match in great shape, following a series of great training sessions.
Well, Alex Eala is currently ranked 52nd in the world, and she is in a collision course against world number 53, Janice Jen. She is also on the opposing bracket. But before that match against Leong, Eala was already awarded a bronze medal in the women's team event. Eala received the medal with Shira Rivera, Alexa Miliam, Teniel Madis, and Steffi Aldo. She was listed in the event but did not see action. She's also set to see action in mixed doubles, which also happens later today. Now, boom, we mentioned Janice Jen, and I was, recalling that she was the one who broke Alex Eala's 7-game winning streak, right? And that happened in Brazil just this year. How excited are you for that?
Yeah, so, she is ranked just one space below Alex. So what does that mean? That she's not necessarily an inferior player to Alex in the world of tennis. When you're within, let's say, 5 to 10 in ranking points, you guys are pretty much equal. So that will be 50-50. Does she have a lot of momentum? Yes, because she's had a great year, and we're all praying that this time the result against Janice will be very different. I also like the fact that she, is not competing in everything. She's also letting the other younger ones shine and have their spotlight too. Because that is also the effect of somebody like Alex. She wants to influence younger ones and have their own moment in the spotlight.
I was gonna say she's really like a trailblazer in the sport, and to see other women, following her footsteps and getting inspired by what she does, maybe learning a thing or two with her in the same competition, right, will make them even better athletes.
Yeah. So before Janice, let's try to take care of Shihomi first in the quarterfinals. Pagdasal natin si Alex Eala. In the meantime, other members of the Philippines' largest delegation at the SEA Games have already won several medals just this morning.
Now, a trio of runners brought glory to the Philippines, finishing at the podium after battling through a grueling distance. The Philippine athletics team showed out on the track yesterday. Arlan Arbois Jr. claimed the silver medal in men's marathon. His compatriot Richard Salanio backed it up with a bronze finish. Now on the women's side, Art Joy Torregosa powered through fatigue and muscle strain to deliver a silver medal for the nation. Congratulations to these 3 long-distance runners for making the country proud.
Woo! Nice,
That's amazing.
nice.
42K?
Again, this is what I like about doing the reports in the morning, because or midday, you kind of wake up to great news right away. All right, when we come back, we'll have a quick look at the Team Philippines' intriguing schedule for the rest of the day. Why is it intriguing? We'll find out here at the Southeast Asian Games.
This is Tibay at Tatag, mas pinalakas na Pilipinas sa 33rd Southeast Asian Games. Updates powered by Arena Plus Sportsbook and brought to you by Signal TV, the official broadcaster of Thailand 2025.
Watching Tibay at Tatag, mas pinalakas sa Pilipinas sa 33rd Southeast Asian Games. Updates powered by Arena Plus Sportsbook and brought to you by Signal TV, official broadcaster of Thailand 2025.
Now the countdown begins because in just a few minutes, Gilas Pilipinas will face Vietnam for their second game in the men's basketball tournament.
And to tell us more about it, we've got longtime Gilas correspondent Carlo Pamintuan all the way from Thailand with this special exclusive report. Carlo, go ahead, please.
Hi guys, thank you for having me in this show. Gilas Pilipinas, after picking up a win in their first game
versus Malaysia. They now have the confidence to know what they need to do, what adjustments they need to make. We saw the first quarter of the game between Malaysia and the Philippines. We saw how our squad struggled. But now I think I'll have to send it back to you because it's time for the national anthems. I'll talk to you a little bit later on.
Oh, okay. Kasi magsisimula na yung laro between them and Vietnam. We'll get back in just a minute after the national anthem there in Thailand. Yeah, and I'm glad that Carlo mentioned that first quarter because we did struggle. I think we were behind by, I forgot the score, whether it was 24-16 or something like that. But there was a little bit of struggle in that first quarter. I know if you're just scoreboard watching and looking at the final score, say, tambak naman pala eh.
Yes.
But then the deeper story is that we did struggle in that first quarter.
Yeah, so it's going to be interesting in this match against Vietnam how they're able to bounce back, what adjustments they did, especially since, their lineup just got completed, right before that first game.
Yeah.
So hopefully the young guns will be able to step up, be able to adjust quickly against Vietnam because, of course, against Vietnam, we may be the crowd favorites. Boom.
We're always going to be crowd favorites. As we saw in a lot of those videos that came out last night after the match against Malaysia, and how the fans were just waiting for Ray Parks and 30 Ravenna and all of that as we are looking at some of the sequences from last night. I really wanted to pick the brain of Carlo and ask, not only his brain, but I'm sure give us insight on what happened in the first quarter and how this team was able to recover after that. Kasi that's one of the challenges, as you mentioned, Sam, of the quick formation prior to the start of the conference, or the start of the Southeast Asian Games.
You must slow start, how they're able to, overcome that. And I'm just so excited to see more of the young guys really, stepping up here and against Vietnam, which is happening in a few minutes. So if you guys just tuned in, our correspondent Carlo Pamintuan is live giving us the updates straight from Gilas Pilipinas right before their second match against Vietnam.
Yeah, that's right. And don't worry, we will give you the schedule already of what is in store for the Philippines when we get on throughout the day. So today, 12:30 p.m., right after the show, you may tune into One Sports or Pilipinas Live to catch Gilas Pilipinas in action. Vietnam in men's basketball, that's coming really soon.
And at 2 p.m., you guys can watch and support Olympian Elrin Ando go for the gold medal in the 63-kilogram division of women's weightlifting.
3 p.m. naman, fireworks inside the ring awaits as Filipino pugilist Mark Ashley Fajardo tries to punch his way to the gold medal match in the men's 69-kilogram division.
Now, boom, those are just several pieces of the giant puzzle of Team Philippines today at the Southeast Asian Games. And of course, we're here to give you all of the updates right here as we fight for pride and honor.
Speaking of, balik tayo kay Carlo Pamintuan now to tell us about what happened yesterday and what we expect for today. Carlo, go ahead, please.
Boom, the feel from the team is that the offense will take care of itself. I mean, you have Robert Bolick and Matthew Wright and Ray Parks who can all deliver offensively. Their problem in the first quarter was defense. Malaysia started with a center. He fell into foul trouble early. They adjusted to an all-guard unit. Tapos doon tayo nahirapan to adjust in terms of who covers whom, ano ba yung coverage natin sa ball screen, ano nga ba yung rules natin, konting paalala pa. Because you can practice these things over and over, but until you play an actual game, hindi mo talaga makikita kung ano yung mga gaps, kung ano yung mga kailangan nyo pang pansinin, kung ano yung kailangan nyo pang ayusin. But it just took them one quarter. Yun lang naman yung naging problema. One quarter of bad basketball defensively for Gilas. When they got things going, hindi na sila napigilan. No? They were able to limit Malaysia to single-digit scoring in the second and fourth quarters to show that the defense is definitely there. We have the right pieces in this squad, so it's just a matter of putting everything together in this edition of the Southeast Asian Games. Vietnam is coming up next. They have talents. Although they lost to Malaysia in their first game, they have Tuatran, Tam Din, they have Durker, they have Justin Young, all names that are already familiar with Filipino fans na nakatutok talaga sa Southeast Asian Games basketball. But it should be a fun match. Tignan natin kung ano yung improvements defensively because yun yung basihan talaga ng Gilas Pilipinas, how well they will limit the offense coming from Vietnam. That is the name of the game for the squad of Coach Norman Black because that is his MO. That is how he won his championships in the PBA, in the UAAP, and he brings that into the Southeast Asian Games.
Now, Carlo, take us back to that first game. We do know that Poy Eram was added into the mix quite late. So, medyo late din na complete ang team na to. So, what can you tell us about the chemistry of the team today? What did you notice since that first game and this game right now, Carlo?
He was added late into the lineup, but he was already practicing with the team. Okay. So in terms of chemistry, it was not too much of a problem. Alan Liwag had a shoulder situation that he carried from his NCAA performance. I think the addition of JP Eram as a veteran center is more looking forward. It is for the matches against Indonesia and Thailand. Kasi doon mo talaga kakailanganin yung tulong ng depensa ng isang JP Eram. Vietnam and Malaysia don't have the bigs. But if you look at Thailand, na kailangan syempre daanan on the way to the gold medal, they have a Chanatip Jakrawan who is really tall, really lanky. Kaya kailangan mo ng veteranong sentro. That may have led to the decision why he was selected among everyone else to be the injury replacement to Alan Liwag here for the SEA Games.
Okay, mabilis lang, Carlo. Put on your analyst hat. Ano ang scouting report sa ating susunod na kalaban?
For Vietnam, their starters are good. Pero yung bench nila may kababawan. So if you who are able to get a quick start, get a clean start, not like what happened against Malaysia, talagang, in my feeling, magiging maganda yung performance ng Gilas Pilipinas. The Filipinos already were moments away from the start of this matchup. Padala na natin, pabalik sa inyo para mapanood na natin sama-sama.
Sige.
Claim it already.
Abangan namin yan. Kami nakatutok. Maraming salamat, Carlo. And we'll talk to you real soon. And as you mentioned, we're going to, ito yung the power of assumption. We're going to assume that this is going to be a win against Vietnam. Thank you. Maraming salamat ulit kay Carlo Pamintuan, who always gives us comprehensive reports about Gilas Pilipinas and everything else that is happening there in Thailand. You can catch Team Philippines in action, 33rd Southeast Asian Games, One Sports Plus, RPTV, and of course on Signal Channel 261, as well as the One Sports YouTube account. There's also the Pilipinas Live app for the matches and games for many more events too, and all the content from the SEA Games. So support the Filipino athletes by visiting and logging to our website, also arenaplus.ph for users 21 and above. Check out our community page for other updates as well. And that wraps it up for us here today. Tibay at Tatag, mas pinalakas na Pilipinas sa 33rd Southeast Asian Games updates. Powered by Arena Plus Sportsbook. Bring home the win and support our national athletes as they represent the country at the SEA Games. I'm Boom Gonzalez.
And I'm Sam Corrales. Stay tuned for our ongoing coverage and live updates later tonight and in the coming days. And let's keep cheering on for all of our brave athletes. Laban, Pilipinas!